If you listen to all the biohacking experts out there, they will talk to you about longevity and different tools and disciplines to increase your lifespan. Things like getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night, getting sun in your eyes early in the day, VO2 max, cold plunges, all of it. I think all of those things are great, and I do most of them. But there is something that can give you almost a 50% less mortality rate if you have it. And they're not talking about this. And I honestly believe if they live a long life, which I hope they all do, all those biohacking experts, this will be the undercurrent and reason as to why. And today I want to share it with you. When I think back on my life, I can think of two distinct seasons, and they've kind of come and gone multiple times. One season where I have all my shoulds, like I should work out, I should eat healthy, I should do my morning pages and my creativity, and it all felt like a grind. I was just like disappointed, depressed, frustrated. I felt stuck. I felt like I wasn't moving forward in the way I wanted to. And then I felt like those things were disciplines that I didn't really want to do each day. So sometimes I would do them, but then I would fall off pretty quickly. And then there were other times in my life, other seasons, where you don't have to tell me to work out or do anything. I was going. I was waking up excited. I was doing all the things that were good for me, that were healthy for me. And I was taking care of myself in a really good way. And when I think about those two different seasons and what was the biggest difference, I would say it's this. The one component that also is the underlying current to why people live long. It can lower your mortality rate by almost 50%. And what that is purpose. And I know, purpose, it feels like, okay, got it, heard it, move on. But there's actually a lot to unpack here and how it directly connects to your longevity. The first objection on purpose that I would love to remove immediately is this idea that purpose is something outside of yourself that you need to find. And if so, that means that you can spend your whole life searching for it. And if you find it, well, great, then you get to say your life was meaningful. But if you live your whole life and don't find it, then everybody comes to your funeral feeling bad for you. That's not a real thing. It's not a thing. It's a story that sometimes makes it into movies because it's a great plot line, but it's not the truth. The truth is that you get to determine your purpose and mission in life. Now, I know you might have an argument against this, but I will get to that in just one moment. What I would suggest is that you have the power to determine your purpose, your mission in life, your dreams, your goals, that thing that lights you up. You get to set that in the future and use it as a way to light your way. Now, depending on your belief, you can go about this many different ways. You can sit in silence. You can listen to your gut, to your intuition. You can journal. You can talk it out. You can pray. You can meditate. Just do something that gets you connected with your signal and get rid of the noise. Because I think most of us agree that we don't think our mission or purpose is coming from the internet or from binging on Netflix or gossiping about people at the office, right? So if we take those things out and remove them, we could be much more attuned to the signal and figuring out, how does this feel? Does this feel like I'm being pulled in the right direction, or do I need to pivot? And if it feels right, keep moving. And if not, pivot. It's that easy. Which brings us to our next objection. But what if I move forward and I find out in a year that I was in the wrong direction? That's fine, you just pivot. And you know as well as I do that some of the people we are most intrigued by is because they were able to take multiple disciplines and creatively weave them together. And if it is aligned with your values and what you want your life to look like, your life will be great. So just take that experience and apply it to wherever you pivot to. Okay, so now you're probably thinking, this is great and wonderful, but what about longevity and physical health and nutrition and water and all the things I've been told? Well, those things are extremely important too. But I have to tell you from my own personal experience that when I lost my purpose, I didn't feel connected to purpose or mission. I didn't feel like I was moving on the things that were most important to me. Then all my health goals used to kind of fall to the side. And I would try to do them. I mean, trust me, I would give my full effort, but I would just get going and fall off time and time again. But when I'm connected to purpose, when I'm connected to my mission, when I'm connected to my dreams and my goals, I wake up excited. During those times, nobody has to tell me to eat healthy or work out or do healthy behaviors. I'm doing them because I want to nurture this body to get where I want to go. What I'm saying is it's all connected. You move on your emotional health and it will impact your physical health as well. And let's talk about relationships, since that is a huge driver of longevity. Well, here's good news. If you move on that which you are passionate about, you will also attract people who are similar. You will attract like-minded people who are excited about life, and that's how you can attract the right friends that won't be here for just a season, but who will be here long term. Because people sense your energy, and if they are aligned, they will come along on the journey with you. So here's what I want you to do today. I want you to think of what could be your mission, what could be your purpose. And let's not make this heavy. This is just a brainstorm. I would set a timer for about 10 minutes and just think of some ideas. What could you see yourself doing long term? What could you see yourself giving your life towards? What are the things that are meaningful and important to you? What is the work you want to do during your time here? So brainstorm that out, and you want at least 3 to 5 options. 1 to 2 doesn't count. That's not really a choice. You want at least 3 to 5 different options you can see yourself doing. Then pick one. Whichever one seems the most exciting to you and like that is the way you want to spend your life, you can start to move on it today. All you need to do is 15 minutes towards your dream. That's how you start to get momentum and get data to know if this is the right path or not. Then here's an added piece I want you to do. I want you to have time to reflect. Cut out all the noise and distraction and listen to your signal and figure out, is this the right direction for me? These are all tests, these are all experiments, and this is what's going to make up your life. So make it something that excites you. So you're moving forward on your mission, your dreams, your goals. You're taking those small steps, you're taking moments to reflect once a day, once a week, whatever works for you, in order to see if you're still aligned with your signal. And then you're adjusting and pivoting or continuing to move forward. This is amazing because this is how you're going to get your health habits in place. This is how you're going to attract the right people that are your long-term friends. And this is how you're going to make your life feel meaningful. So I'm super excited for you. But I know from coaching lots of people that no matter how excited people get, sometimes that emotion comes up, that fear of like, but I don't want to fail, or I don't want to look silly. I don't want to risk too much. And those emotions can be what hold us back. So tomorrow, I want to do a deep dive into those emotional things that are holding us back so we can address them and get you moving forward quickly. So we'll jump into that in the next video. See you there.